Yeah, let's give credit where credit's due with the Patriots defense. They did come out and they did a great job of harnessing Darnold's offense with Kenneth Walker. Walker kind of got going toward the end of the second quarter in the second half. He just kind of took over the game. So I do feel like Darnold didn't really like shine too much. It was definitely both defenses that came out swinging early on. But when the Patriots defense are on the field for so long, they can't stay that way, right?
Right.
They can't sustain the energy of that. They're just worn down throughout the game.
So you're right. So Sam Darnold's 19 for 38 with 202 passing yards and 1 touchdown. That is not terrible, but not wonderful. It's
No.
it's an average. If anything, it's an average performance. He didn't do anything great. And what we said, similar thing. And I'll go back to when the Patriots played the Broncos with Stidham. Stidham couldn't be an average quarterback. As a matter of fact, Vrabel knew that, and actually Vrabel put his defense on the field and won that game. It was different with the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots. It was almost the opposite. It took the adverse effect where the Seattle Seahawks knew their defense was stronger and they were going to wear down the Patriots. The Patriots defense did play well. I will agree with your point,
Yeah.
but it was not going to be able to, they were not going to be able to sustain a 3-and-out, 3-and-out. I mean, I'm going to tell you something, and hopefully I'm right on this. I honestly think the Patriots only had like 2 first downs all first half.
It was rough.
It was that bad. That bad.
Yeah, Seattle definitely owned the time of possession. They had 33 minutes to Patriots 26 minutes. But the biggest thing about the Patriots offense is they had 3 turnovers. The 3 turnovers would kill them, and the defense only recorded 1 sack on Darnold. Obviously, Drake May at the end was just scrambling and chucking it downfield, and he had 252 yards passing. The Patriots only had 79 yards rushing, which really surprised me a little bit because I really did think, like when I chose the Patriots to win this game, is that the Patriots defense was so underrated, and then if Henderson and Stevenson could get going on the running the ball, taking some pressure off Drake May, I thought they had a chance, but it was clear that Seahawks defense was not messing around. And shout out to Marcus Lawrence, an old Cowboy. He was there for over 10 years. We love Tank. Congratulations on the Super Bowl win. He actually called the Super Bowl with Dez Bryant. They had a little altercation that he left Dallas to go to win a Super Bowl in Seattle, and Dez said, "There's no way."
He quoted him at
Yeah.
the beginning of the season. He said, "We're not going to win a Super Bowl here in Dallas. I'm going to go win a Super Bowl." And you know what? After 11 or 12 seasons with Dallas, his first season, and I'm happy for him. Like a lot of people, I don't know how. I'd love to hear from our fans in our comments. A lot of people are like, screw him. He sucks. Like whatever. He's a traitor. He's whatever. How can you blame the guy? He gave everything he could to Dallas over 12 seasons, and the writing was on the walls. He went out and won a Super Bowl. He's a champion.
Yeah, and shout out to Kenneth Walker III, named MVP, of the Super Bowl. He ran for 135 yards and 27 carries. He was the first running back to win this award since 1998, which is Terrell Davis. Remember Terrell Davis?
Yeah.
The Broncos.
Yep.
So shout out to those guys. And what's crazy is Kenneth Walker is going to be a free agent unless they franchise tag him. There's a lot of great free agents out there, and obviously we have a couple of Cowboys out there that we'll talk about after the Super Bowl. But besides that, I mean, you want to talk about this halftime show or
What halftime show?
yeah, I guess yeah.
I mean, I get it. Geez, how do you even say this? So the halftime show should be enjoyable for everyone,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone of all genres I mean, you're a music guy.
Yeah.
It should be something that everybody loves. I'm
Yeah.
not sure everybody loved it. I'm not saying that he did a horrible job. I'm just saying it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think usually they try to bring an artist in that's like something that is very like widespread. I think this is more of not as a huge audience. I guess you were saying. Like, I know he was in the WWE. He was a wrestler for a minute, and then he was on that platform. And now obviously he performed with Shakira back in when she did the halftime show. But I mean, to me, there's nothing's ever like my standard for a halftime show is Prince. He was the best, and nobody can touch Prince. Like when you were hearing "Purple Rain" in the freaking rain in Tampa Bay, that was like one of the coolest halftime shows.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tom Petty was cool. I mean, there's other artists that have played it. That I some I like, some I don't like. It was just a cool experience. I think this is definitely like a targeted audience with Bad Bunny, and and he did his thing. I mean, obviously, there's some big stars there with Lady Gaga. Ricky Martin was
Right,
there.
right.
Ricky Martin, I haven't heard his name since the '90s.
Know if he was
Uh,
around.
yeah, Jessica Alba's on there. Jazz Chisholm, Yankee,
Yeah,
he was there
he
as
was
well.
there. A lot of stars were there.
Lot of stars. Yeah.
I
So,
do want to bring one thing up before we move along. Too is the officiating, and
oh my God.
yeah. So I don't. We have not talked about this, right? Off
Yeah,
air, we have not
we have
talked
not
about
talked
this.
about this.
So this is good. So I'm dying to throw this at you and to see what your perspective is on this. But there was a lot of criticism with the officiating after the game and a few days, in the media and press. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought the officiating was awesome. Now, when I say awesome, what I mean by that is this: there were a couple missed calls. The call with regards to the dirty play, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. After the play, threw a punch, pushed him out of
Yeah.
bounds. I mean, clearly a flag.
Seattle should have called.
It could have been an ejection, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't a flag. Fine. I thought that was a missed call. There might have been one or two missed calls. But what I really wanted to say is this: how awesome was, and I say this all the time, how awesome was this? The officials put the flags, they put the laundry in their pocket, and they left it there. And
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, they let the players decide who was going to win that game. And it was an awesome thing. It wasn't about the officiating. I'm here to say hats off to the officials of the Super Bowl, because it wasn't a situation, besides a call or two that were not game-changing plays. The officiating was awesome. You can call a holding call or a pass interference call almost on every play, but it's so subjective. We all know that. There was minimal holding calls, maybe 3 holding calls all game long. How awesome was that?
Yeah, no tic-tac calls with pass interference and Leo blocking the back and like all that stuff. I mean, they let the guys play. It was definitely a better officiated game that I can remember in years past. Because I mean, some Super Bowls that the refs just take it over and they gave it like the Chiefs winning it. It's like some of the times when you watch those Super Bowls, it's like at the end of the game, there's always a flag that comes in that like it's a landslided call, and you're like, oh my God, they just gave the game away. It's like, remember the Eagles and Chiefs game?
That's what I
where,
mean.
Where the non-PI call,
Right.
all that stuff is, or the PI call that brought them to field goal range to win the game over Philly. I love Philly losing, but like it's not like that. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants
Let
no
the best
sports
team win.
fan. No sports fan wants a game, whether you're cheering for that team or opposed to that team. No true sports fan wants officiating, regardless if it's the NFL
Yeah.
or the NBL, MLB, NHL, whoever it is, NBA. Nobody wants to see the officiating dictate an outcome of the game.
Yeah, and before we move on to the second half of the show, I do want to say that what a great story for Sam Darnold, getting drafted third pick overall by the Jets, having a really rough 5 years, goes to San Francisco 49ers as a backup, plays starts one game there with an injury I think it was Brock Purdy got hurt, and then he goes to Minnesota as a backup. JJ McCarthy goes out with an injury in the preseason. He takes that team to a 14-win season. Then they don't believe in him, right? They know we're gonna keep JJ and let him go to Seattle, where they say, hey, we believe in you, Sam. Come over to Seattle.
Right.
Another 14 game win season, goes to Super Bowl, wins it. Now he wasn't the big hero in Seattle, but he was kind of like that Brad Johnson guy in the 2002 Buccaneers team, where he managed the game, didn't make mistakes. And he did it. And I kept saying, I don't believe that Sam Darnold will do that. I think he'll make a mistake. He did not make one mistake in the playoffs. He played a very, very clean football, didn't cost his team. In the Super Bowl, he was very poised. And that kid has grown into being a really good quarterback in this league. And he's a humble kid. You want to root for this guy. What a great story. That's going to be a great movie down the road.